Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Xander Foster, and today I want to talk about some of the unexpected changes I experienced when I went on testosterone. I've been on testosterone for a little over 2.5 years now, and there hasn't been many physical changes that I wasn't expecting, but the magnitude and manifestations of some of those changes did surprise me. I started HRT 5 years after coming out, so I had a lot of time to research. The first thing that was really unexpected was acne. I knew that guys got acne when they went on testosterone, but during my first round of puberty, if you want to call it that, I probably got 10 pimples total, and once I went on testosterone, it was pretty drastically different. After going on testosterone, the oils in my skin changed and I got a lot more acne. Something else I didn't see coming was body hair. I knew I was going to get thicker, darker hair on my legs, but I was really surprised with how much hair I got and how it was just everywhere. I even got hair like on my forearms, and I only ever had peach fuzz there, so to have actual hair kind of surprised me. My facial hair came in the way that my brother's did when he was in high school, and my fat redistribution made my body look a lot like his did when he was in high school. It was nice for me to look up to my older brother and see that the changes I was experiencing on testosterone were very similar to the changes he was experiencing when he went through cis male puberty. One change I experienced on testosterone that sort of blindsided me was the way that I deal with my emotions. Not only do I cry a lot less, I think the last movie that I cried at was WALL-E. It was very cathartic for me to have a good cry, you know, and have all these emotions and then be able to just cry it out, and then that's how I dealt with things. Since I've been on testosterone, crying isn't a natural response, and so when I have a lot of built up negative emotions, there's not an equally constructive way to deal with them. I always sort of assumed that men suppress their emotions because society tells them that they can't cry, or society tells them that they can't have really strong emotions the way that women can. After I went on testosterone, I got sort of an insight into the hormonal aspect of men suppressing emotions. Since I've been on testosterone, my instinct now to express negative emotion has been a lot more aggressive. Now I much rather go for a run or do something physical when I'm experiencing a lot of negative emotions, rather than crying about it or journaling about it or something. Overall, my anxiety and depression has gone way down. That might be mostly because I'm growing up and I'm finding coping mechanisms to deal with those things, but I do think a large portion of that as well is hormonal. My testosterone dose has changed over the last 2.5 years, and I've noticed that once it gets level and I have an even amount of testosterone, that's really good for my emotions. I've also noticed that when I have a spike in testosterone, so like when I up my dose, my hunger and my sex drive just skyrocket. Now I'm used to that, so I can sort of see it coming. So if I up my dose, I'm prepared for this aggressive hunger and this aggressive hunger. No, that's objectifying. I'm gonna keep it in though anyway. One thing testosterone changed that I don't see a lot of guys talking about is sex. Testosterone did change things downstairs, and I was expecting that, but it also changed my sort of psychology behind sex. Since testosterone sort of took over as the driving hormone in my endocrine system, the way that my body and mind reacted in sexual situations and viewed sexual situations changed drastically. Sex is another area that I didn't really connect with cis men on until I was on hormones. Before I was on hormones, I didn't want to hear cis men talk about sex. I thought that the way that cis men viewed sex and talked about sex in general was very distasteful and almost disgusting. Then I went on hormones and testosterone started to change things, and I sort of had this moment of like, I get it. Testosterone gave me more of an understanding of cis men, and it also gave me a greater understanding of male privilege. Once I started passing more, I experienced a lot more male privilege firsthand, and I started to realize how easy it was to not recognize that that was something that I was experiencing. I remember in 5th grade we had to take this family life class, which was basically an introduction to sex ed, and they gave us this pamphlet that basically said that anything you experience in puberty is normal, and puberty is going to be different for every person. One thing I wish I knew going into HRT is that truth that I learned at 10 or 11 years old still holds true during your second puberty. You stopped recording. Why would you do that? In the trans guy community, I see this big pressure to look cis and to act cis and to almost be as cis as possible. You know, you hear these guys say, these are the changes I experienced at 4 months, these are the changes I experienced at 8 months, and all these guys are sort of checking all the same boxes. If you're a trans guy on testosterone, or you might be starting testosterone soon, I want you to know that you don't have to check all those boxes. Just like cis boys go through puberty and they don't all get facial hair and they don't all get broad shoulders, trans guys are going to do the same thing. Going on HRT is just like going through puberty a second time. And this round of puberty, just like the first one, is going to be different for every single person that experiences it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to someone out there. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave me a comment, question, or concern down below. And if you want to see more videos from me in the future, then subscribe. Stay sweet.